it's a dream come true, really, something that you dream of your whole life, and just to be the first guy taken would be an unbelievable honor and something that I continually working to try to achieve that goal. I think I'm a playmaker, I'm a winner, and a guy that can catch the ball, very tough, strong hands, and physical and gritty in the run game as well. I had, the Senior Bowl was a tremendous opportunity, a great week, and something that I really loved. I thought I had a really good week and kind of was able to show that I can compete against anybody in the country. Yeah, I think it was a great opportunity to go out there and get coached by NFL coaches. It was a really cool thing, and to get to know those guys, learn their scheme a little bit, what they do, and who they are as people. So, great opportunity, and I loved, being around those guys and learning from them. That mindset that you're going to be tougher than the guy in front of you, and you're going to go out there and win. But most of all, I've been taught the technique, and it's really just a mindset that I'm going to be better than you.
So I came out of high school at 225, so I was always recruited to play tight end at the next level. It was just my coach had seen a big body receiver in high school, so playing up north, being able to put me out wide and just having a smaller DB have to come out there and tremble is something that we just prided ourselves on. Like I said, I can go everywhere. I can go in line, I can go in the slot, and I can go out wide. So being able to just put me everywhere in the offense is just a lot more I'd have to learn at a faster pace. But I'm used to that.
My whole life, that's what I've been about, just being an athlete. And a lot of times the coaching point on some of our plays that went to me were, just go out there, be a dog. That's what I try to do every play. Yeah, like I said, walk on to here. So it's taking a lot of, grit, I'd say, betting on myself and, knowing what I'm worth. And, that's what I'm, going to go out and prove tomorrow. I went to the Senior Bowl kind of with the intention of showing people how tough I play. I'd come off the ball hard and that, I'm a relentless player, and so I think I did a good job of that and got a little buzz going on. The line staff's so awesome, did a really great job. It's a quick week to install a new offense, and they were, really, really, great coaches and learned a lot from them, so it was a super cool experience.
It's a childhood dream coming true, but the process is not over. This is just the beginning. I want to go out there and perform well to the best of my ability tomorrow, and then, perform well at my pro day as well. A lot of them are asking me where I see myself. I see myself, as an H-back, fullback. I could be a third down back, line up in the slot, play tight end. I honestly play special teams as well. I know that's, going to be very important in my process, and I played special teams at Michigan State. And honestly, I think I can play anywhere on the offensive side of the ball, and I think I'm an offensive weapon. This year I got to show my hands a little bit more. I think every year I had 30 catches or more, but a lot of stuff was underneath, screen game, running some drags, out routes, stuff like that, but I honestly think I'm a mismatch. When linebacker gets on me, I know I can, work half a man and beat him, and, to safety, I can kind of lean on him. And, I think a lot of guys think I'm, slower than what I actually am. And, hopefully I get to show you guys, my speed tomorrow. I love the staff. Great energy. Deuce Staley had a lot of good energy. Dan Campbell seems like a player coach. And, being familiar with, Michigan, I think, that'd also be a cool opportunity as well. East Lansing's about an hour and a half away, maybe a little bit less, but, I kind of consider myself as a Michigander now.
I think the biggest thing for me was coming out of high school, I didn't really play tight end at all. It was really just mostly receiver, and that was the biggest decision for me going to Ohio State was I wanted to be that complete guy. I wanted to adapt to their toughness and their culture, and I think looking back from when I got on campus there to where I am now, I'm going to do whatever it takes to win, whatever it takes for the team to do, no matter what the job is at tight end. I'm going to do it, and I'm not going to just try and check the box. I'm going to try and get after people and do the job the right way. So whatever the team needed me to do, whatever kind of job you need as a tight end, I'm going to be able to do it.
A bully? It's attitude. You got to have attitude. You got to have grit. You got to want to go out there and bully somebody. And I'm finna get into a league where it's grown men versus grown men. And so my attitude has to be I'm coming in there to take someone's spot, and I'm coming in there to bully the whole league.
I think as a pass catcher on third down and in the red zone is where I'm going to make an impact immediately, and hopefully keep growing from there as become into an every down player.
Well, if I want to see you be great, I might ask you, do you really want to be great, or you want to be average, or okay or good, or you want to be great? Then you got to hold yourself to a standard, a work ethic you got to have in order to do it. You can be talented as you want to, but if you're not willing to work hard enough or willing to learn from somebody else, then you'll never be the best you could possibly be.
Coming from a pro system, I feel like I'll be able to adapt well into whatever system. Hopefully, a West Coast system is what I came from with Coach Whipple. So I think being able to come in and learn an offense quickly and be able to adjust that way, I think that's number one.
Well, I believe that I can execute any offense unless they're asking me to run a read option and quarterback power every other play. Other than that, I think I can execute just about anything. And so whatever it is, I'm going to go in there. I'm going to spend as much time as I can with the quarterback coach and learn as much as I possibly can so that I'm ready for when my opportunity comes.
At the end of the day, all is about is wins. Being able to win by 1 point or being able to win by 40 points. That's really all it's about in this game of football. And sometimes he finds ways to get that done. And like I said, I'm a winner. That's what I do. When I have the ball in my hands, I'm gonna control it and be able to manage the game.
I think the main thing you look at the greats. They had leadership. That's number one thing. Decision making, ball placement, limited turnovers, knowledge of the game. Just those. There's about 4 or 5 things that are the most important stuff. And I feel like I carry those in my game. But of course, there's a lot of room for improvement and all that. And I'm just really excited to have this opportunity and continue my career.
To be really successful at this position, you got to be able to move around a little bit nowadays, and that's definitely something I take pride in. I think the main difference is going to be in the NFL. I need to do a better job of taking care of my body. I can't try to run through tackles all the time and take all those hits I took in college. So just doing a better job taking care of myself when I do decide to run the ball.
Yes, sir. Accuracy is important. That allows for run after catch. As a quarterback, your job is to distribute the ball to the playmakers and let them guys do the rest. My biggest goal is just to distribute the ball when it needs to be there, how it needs to be there, and I let the guys do the rest.
I just know what separates myself is my leadership. Obviously, my physical ability is my arm talent, but me having the understanding of X's and O's and understanding that, protections and I think that's what separates me. But what really separates me is my ability to lead a team. Like, I understand what it means to be vulnerable around the people who don't necessarily want to be vulnerable.
In my opinion, I think it's just my willingness to, learn, my willingness to try to be great, and the physical tools I was blessed with, and I think my work ethic.
I think the interviews are probably the most important part. Just watching my film, teams can tell that, I can throw the ball well and, I have a deep ball, I can make all the throws, all that. But they want to get to know you as a player, break down your mental aspect of it. Some teams throw you, their type of plays and see how you can remember it and spit it back to them. And so I think just developing relationships with all the coaches and the GMs and all that, I think that's probably the most important part.
Yeah, I think it's, they're all just as important. I'd say this is more of a smaller sample size than, obviously your season's the number one, and what you put on tape is pretty much your resume. The interview process is huge, and then this is more of a smaller piece with Pro Day, but it's kind of, I'd say, the last, box you have to check in this whole process.
Teams need to know that I understand the game of football, and I wanted to make it a point, and it's definitely something that, I wanted to show that they knew the ability that I had in my head, not only in my physical ability, but mental as well.
I just came to compete for real. It is what it is. And you can think what you want to. Everybody, deserves an opinion. I just came to throw against these guys that's going to be here.
My last collegiate game was actually at the Detroit at Ford Field. We ended up winning our second bowl win in school history. A moment that, is pretty precious to the state fans of Michigan, pretty precious to Western Michigan, and it's home.
Yeah, I thought those guys were awesome. Starting with Coach Burnell, who was kind of working with me with the quarterbacks. I thought that was an awesome guy, an awesome coach. He's doing a really good job. Coach Ben Johnson, I was happy to see him get the coordinator job. I think he definitely deserved it. Did a really good job for us that week. So it was just a lot of fun to be around those guys. You can tell all those guys really love the game, and I wouldn't be surprised if they start winning here soon.
The NFL game, it's been a dream of mine since I can remember. Going back to when I first picked up a football, my first memories of football, watching Sundays with my family, having friends come over when you're young, and all those things. It's just a dream of mine, and to kind of be sitting here, it's surreal, but it's everything that I expected to do, and I'm right where